Well, hello. And welcome back, you guys, to the National Cartoonist Society Studio Visit Series. I am your humble host, Jamar Nicholas. Very excited to be with you again. I feel like we've been away for a little bit, so I can't wait to get caught up. Just a little insight on who I am. I am a graphic novelist, and also, I am on the board of directors here at the NCS. I'm the second vice president and also the Philadelphia chapter chair. Go Birds! So I just got to throw that in there just to make people upset. I know how you guys feel about Philly, but you can sit on that. I'm really excited, you guys, to bring in Mark Parisi today, who had a really big showing at the Rubens last month, who kind of came home with some hardware, as we like to say, who is the 2024 Cartoonist of the Year. What a fantastic honor. And it was great to be there in person and to kind of like show him love. One of my favorite things about being in the NCS is just the community and the camaraderie, and also just like it's all real. It's all real, right? There's not a lot of people that do what we do, and we can dress up like penguins and celebrate each other. What a great gift! So we're going to spend a little time with Mark, see how he answers 5 questions, and get to know him a little better. So let's welcome him to the program. Welcome, Mark Parisi. Hey,
Thank you
Mark.
for having me, Jamar.
Oh, well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. First, I want to start off by saying what a lovely backdrop you
Thank you. Yes,
have.
back when I was collecting originals from other cartoonists, I would seek it out. I would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
bold
yeah.
and request if anyone was interested in either trading or, you
Mhm.
know, so it.
It
I
adds
haven't done
up.
that in a while.
I was
Maybe
going
we
to
should
ask
trade.
you, do you feel like that's kind of died down, or do you have all the things that you want at this
I
point?
definitely do not have all the things that I want. But a lot of people work digitally now,
Yeah.
and I've kind of just I don't know why I stopped doing it, honestly. That's
Mm.
if any other cartoonists are out there and they wanna trade
Yeah.
originals, you know?
Yeah. Coming from the comic book side of cartooning, as I've spent a long time in the comic book trenches and in graphic novels now, that was something, the practice was a little different. There used to be a lot of sketchbook sharing back when I first started. It's like, oh, do we sketch it? Do we sketch? And
Oh,
then,
right.
or you would book trade. It's like, oh, my new thing just came out, or I'll trade you, blah, 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 but we weren't really dealing in original art like some of the old school guys, like some of my, I call them bullpen friends, like some of my old buddies who were like in the old Marvel system, where they have a thing about collecting original art. Like, oh, I've got a Kirby and I've got, a couple of the Simmons, that kind of stuff. I was not part of that world, but I'm sure you've got some really great jewels in your collection, right?
Oh, there's a Schultz, there's some good ones in there. But back to what you were saying, back when I originally started going to the Rubens,
Mm,
they used to have a sketchbook in the goodie bag that you would get,
yeah.
and you would go around to your favorite cartoonists and you would get a sketch. But they stopped doing that because of cartoonists like Schultz or, one time Chuck Jones came. And so,
Wow.
of course, they have a line. They're at their table, maybe trying to eat dinner or something, right? And so they thought maybe we shouldn't encourage this so much
Right. It's like, yo, could I eat my parfait in peace?
anymore.
You're killing me. Wow. Yeah, I could see why that would stop. But also there's a part of it where I'm always a little weird about like wondering when we all kind of get together, do you want to draw? Like this is what we do all the time.
Right.
Like, do you really feel like draw? I'm not trying to put anybody out there, but it's like, would
Me
you rather not have a piece of paper and some markers in front of you so you can just eat your Cobb salad?
me personally, I would rather not because I'm not Sergio or if you
Mhm.
know Bucky Jones, who just puts a pen to paper and makes a masterpiece. My work is it looks simple, but there's a lot of finagling
Mm,
so the first thing I draw is not the thing I end up with. I'm always like changing things. So you just give me a marker and I draw something, I'm never happy with it.
right, right, right. And how do you feel about? I mean, I'm not exactly sure how much kind of like live performance art you do. Like, are you doing library talks and sketching for people? Like, do you like being on the spot and drawing in front of people like that?
The only time I do, which I've gotten used to it, is drawing in front. If I'm speaking at a library or school or
Yeah.
something, I know what I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw this character, this character, this character, and I'm standing up doing it, and I know it's going to come out a little wonky because I
So,
never
like,
draw standing up.
like,
So I understand that in the beginning,
yeah.
and I'll even admit, like, oh, this the face came out too weird or whatever. So I'm fine in that. But if the kids start asking for,
Hmm.
hey, can you draw a porcupine or
Yeah.
something, then I'm like,
Uh,
stick to the script. Okay.
no,
Yes,
no
I
request.
do get I do get intimidated sometimes when I'm asked to go off script. Yeah.
Yeah, I do a lot of school visits, and once they see that pad come out, they're all like, "Draw SpongeBob!" I'm like,
Yes,
"I'm
yes.
not drawing SpongeBob. You're killing me, you guys." That's great. Well, before we went on and we were in the green room, I was very curious about kind of like a lot of the NCS members have been around for a while, and that's not an age thing. That's not a knock. I think it's really
It
just
feels like one, but
well, no, I mean,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, I don't look like it, but I've been in comics for like 30 years, almost 30 years, you know what I mean? So I understand having, some road under you.
Mhm.
Um, but I kind of asked you if you could expound on this when we started talking live about kind of when you got started in the late 80s in the business, kind of where we are now. Do you feel like there's been any major changes in how you do your job? Even like humor related or even just tech or anything you'd like to touch on?
Oh, yes, I think it's way different. As far as, my process, before it was Bristol board and marker. It
Mm,
was all, tactile,
yeah, yeah.
right there. Now it's all digital, pretty much all digital
Mm,
with my Wacom tablet. So just which is so much more efficient. It is saves me so much
mm,
time
mm,
and was remarkably easy to adjust to. And but
mm,
just practically, at a practical level, that's different. But humor has also changed,
yeah.
where like it's such a gradual progression that sometimes you're unaware of it, even yourself. I think you just kind of think you're the same person, and then you look back at the humor you used to do, or at least with me, and I go, "Oh, I would never do that. Wow, that is mean.
Yikes.
That is, that's
Right,
not."
right.
But I'm not aware that
Hmm.
one of the things, and sometimes posting on Instagram of all places has helped kind of center where society is to where it was, where there was one, and it's a trope basically,
Hmm.
which a lot of us rely on, which and it's been called "I hate my wife" humor.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And it's kind of, and what it is basically just with that name,
Yeah.
where there's something going on and the guy's complaining about whatever, she's doing this, she's doing that.
Right.
And I had some, like a Mr. Potato Head one basically, and people call me out.
Wow.
And then it kind of informs, it's like, oh, you're right. Like this was just cliche humor before. Now it's taken a little more deeply, a little more
Right.
personally. And
Right.
so there are certain types of humor. That is one example where I'm like,
Mm,
oh, I try not to go there anymore.
right.
So there's a lot of it that is intentional where you go, okay, I'm not going to do
Hmm.
that. And I think a lot of it that just gradually seeps in as
Yeah.
you just exist,
I mean
basically.
that it's very interesting to think about it, and it doesn't all have to be kind of like PC police type of stuff where it's like everybody's so sensitive now. I can't draw somebody getting thrown down the stairs. What's wrong with people? But
Well, I
you
think
know,
if you're going to do humor that is you think is going to upset someone, you have to decide, is that the person I want to upset? There
Yeah.
are people that say, yes, I would like to upset those people. I
Right.
am, and there are
Right.
certain people I wouldn't mind upsetting. But
Right.
there are some people, it's like, no, even if there are certain people like, no, I don't, I might not have it, the humor might not be intended to
Right.
be interpreted that way.
Right.
But if I can see it and it could be interpreted as upsetting people I do not want to upset, for me, there's no reason to go there. I'm not trying to prove
Right.
that you can't throttle my humor. I dare to insult you. Like, why, you
Right.
know?
You don't need to be an agitator every day at the
Right.
desk, right? No, that's cool. I'm glad that you kind of touched on that because I think, that's one of the really fine nuances of being, somebody who's doing public work every day. It's just like, well, I'm putting it out here. I want it to be funny. I want it to land. It needs to hit this. I want you to understand that that piece of toast means that, whatever the thing is, and make sure you kind of get away clean in a way. So
Yeah, it's hard to
yeah.
people misinterpret cartoons all the time. I'll read the comments and go, "How did you even get there?" So, you just do your best.
So, Mark, you know how this works. I have a $5 bill of questions for you, and I'm going to start putting them on the screen. And they all don't have to be. Well, the first one mainly doesn't really have to be cartoonist related or cartooning related or industry related, but maybe something that applies to you in your human life besides being at a desk. So my first question for you today, Mark, is what is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
I think the best piece of advice, it's very simple too. It's almost cliche,
Mm,
but there was one point where my daughter was very young and I can't very young
mm,
and crying and just things just seemed really difficult. And I
mm,
was just stressed. And I was talking to my mother about it. And I was saying, this. And she said, again, this too shall pass.
uh,
She said, and there's been very few pieces of advice that I've received that just instantly I completely absorbed it, completely understood that phrase in a different way than I'd ever
yeah,
understood it before,
right.
and go, oh, this is a very, very temporary situation I'm talking about right now. This is I'm going to have other issues to worry about later, but this is going to pass. And I think about that whenever, there's some kind of disturbance in the force or whatever you're going
Hmm.
to call it. You look back on those certain times and you go, that passed.
Wow. I'm thinking about the old 70s bounty commercials. That's a very absorbent paper towel, right? It's just like, whoop, it just gets rid of all of the
Yeah.
liquid, right? Wow. And I've heard that before a million times, but just you kind of talking through it. And now me having gray hair on my face, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
it stuck with me. Like that's almost the only piece of advice that comes to mind that I've received that I have, or at least important piece of advice that I feel like I've utilized instantly.
Mm, I love it. Sorry, my dog just flipped out. I hope I don't have to pause it.
That's no problem.
You know how it is working with animals, man.
Animals
So,
and children. Everyone loves to work with animals and children.
man, I thought they would renew my contract and not have dogs involved. So my next question to you, Mark, is: do you keep a sketchbook? This is one of my favorite personal questions because everybody's got a different answer about this.
I do. I use it all the time. I will go to cafes.
Mm,
Um,
uh,
Sketchbook. Basically, it's
uh,
just a bunch of scribbles
mm,
and
mhm,
drawings. I'm not drawing this for anyone else to look at. I'm
Right.
not trying to make when I see some people's sketchbook and there are like finished pieces in there,
Right.
I'm like, what are you doing? I'm just doing something really, really easy. And
Uh-huh.
they fill up. So I've got like this,
Yeah.
and I've got this, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to pull them all out, but I've
No.
got like maybe 15 or 20 from the
Uh,
years that are all, kind of look similar.
Now,
And
are you cataloging those, or you just kind of fill them up with stuff and then reference them through your studio day? You know,
that's a
how does
good
that work?
I just started because I just went to a new sketchbook recently. And
Mm,
so on some of the other ones, I wrote the date, I wrote the year that
right.
it was, and I'm
Right.
like, "Oh, I should do that. I should put what year each
Mhm.
one is," and I
Mhm.
I just started doing that, and I
Mhm.
I can go in and see what the ideas are in there and when I drew those ideas. So I
Mhm.
can retroactively figure it out. It'll be a little bit of a process,
Mhm.
but yeah, I want to do that.
Do
And in some
you?
of them, it looks like a descent into madness because I would draw, big and sort of neat. And then as the sketchbooks went by, it kind of got like sketchy and smaller.
Yeah.
And it would be like, I don't think anyone knows what's going on in that moment except for me.
So, uh, are any of them kind of mashed up with, I don't know, sweet potato pie recipes, or like, or like how much you
That's
have to
such a
pay
good
on a
question.
cable bill? Yeah.
That's such a good question because every time I do something, sometimes there'll be things that I have to remember. I have to remember to do this, and I'll write it in there, and I almost feel like I should not be defacing my sketchbook with bills
Mm,
or other
mhm.
things. But I'm like, this is the I know I'm going to look here tomorrow,
Right,
and
right.
I'll be, oh yes, I have to do that. So yes, I could go through these. I could go through these and say, oh, look what I was going through at this
Yeah.
point in my life, or sometimes there'll be a phone number in there. I have to call the, you know,
Mhm.
oil company
Right,
or
right.
something. So yeah.
Last thing I'll ask about the sketchbook, and I hope this doesn't
Oh, we
sound
could I
so
could talk about
like
the sketchbook all day. So
this is my geek fuel right here. It looked like all your sketchbooks were the same type of sketchbook. Do you just buy a bunch of the same thing, or do you have a brand loyalty?
I did my
Mm,
favorite kind was the Strathmore sketch, and there's like a recycled. I'm not sure
yeah,
if this might
yeah,
be an older one, but
right,
they had a
right.
recycled
Hmm.
paper one,
Yeah,
and I really liked that. And it became hard to find, so then I just kind of got whatever I
yeah,
could find when I
yeah.
went into a store, and then, online purchase. Oh, that's the one I like the best.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But now it's pretty much whatever I can find because I found that was hard to find for some reason.
Hmm.
So I have this one, which I like, but what I don't like about it is it's got the perforation.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Do you
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
I know. Yeah, yeah.
So
And
the
they
pages just kind of fall off
fall out.
sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. No,
So I basically get whatever I can find, but I definitely have my favorite for
I
sure.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing that with us. So let's move on to your next thing, which is also studio related. What's currently on your plate slash drafting table? What are you working on these days?
Well, right now, literally, I'm working on a Sunday cartoon for October, which October is all about, scary cartoons and monster cartoons and
Mhm.
candy cartoons. So that's literally what's on my, drawing board or tablet
Uh-huh.
at the moment. I'm also working on um, at least I'm trying to work on a book of cat cartoon
Mm.
collections that I'm going to pitch
Yeah.
to my syndicate.
Uh-huh.
I feel like, if I'm going to have one, it's going to be on cat cartoons.
It's got to do that. It's got to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
There's some greeting card ideas I have to submit. Christmas ideas. Try to get for greeting card companies. So you got to. They do a year in advance, so you got
Hmm.
to get in there and hopefully they'll choose some of yours. I have some. Do you know Garbage Pail Kids?
Of course.
They include um, sketches in actual packs.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah, yeah,
artist sketches.
yeah.
So you might open up a pack and get, oh, here's an actual
Hmm.
artist sketch. So I've been working on artist
Hold,
sketches
hold on.
that they,
Hold on. Let me give you the screen. Hold that up again.
yeah, yeah. So they're basically, if you know who Adam Baum is, he's like
Yeah, he's a
the big
mascot.
guy
Yeah.
with, New Wave Dave. And I knew nothing. I knew nothing about. I knew Wacky Packages. I did not know
Right.
Garbage Pail
Garbage
Kids. So
Pail
I
Kid.
kind of came in late and learned about it. But somehow I got on that. I got invited on that train,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's just. I think for most cartoonists, unless you hit it really big, you have as many things in the fire as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
And that
That,
right now, I have a lot of little, you know,
yeah.
little sticks in the fire.
That's maybe one like a sidebar question while we're on question number three. I'd love
Oh,
to
you're
ask.
gonna throw it off the rails.
Oh,
You gotta.
sorry. Well, I'll keep it.
No, no, I'm kidding.
I'll
I'm
keep it
totally
inside the
kidding.
bumpers. I'll keep it in the bumpers. I'll keep it inside the bumpers.
Totally kidding.
Do you have a like a max cap? It's like, okay, I can juggle three things. Number four's got to wait until I get through one of these three. Or do you just keep stacking it and pulling like Jenga, and you just pull the things back out and work on them and stick them back in? How do
Yeah,
you?
I don't really have a cap. There's some other things I'm working on too. There's someone who wants a state cartoon about Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
and like there are, as long as the deadlines are not on the same day, I can
Mm,
usually kind of finagle. Okay, I'll work on this right now. Oh, now I got to put out this fire. This is due right now,
mhm.
and so I usually will. There are times when I've said I can't
Right.
take that on,
Right.
which was one with some of the sketches, because sometimes you're doing 100 of those sketches.
Yeah.
And there was one where I'm going to the Rubens, I'm taking another trip overseas, and it's like, oh, can you do 80 sketches? I'm like, I can't do it.
I just can't.
Just literally can't do it. But for the most part, I take on. I don't have a three limit thing. I'll just take it on and figure it out later.
Yeah. I created this phrase in my studio: just throw it on the stack.
Yes, yes,
You know.
exactly. I
Very
have the
cool.
same philosophy. Yeah.
Just throw it. Yeah. I'll get
But
to
I'm
it.
always happy when sometimes I'm wondering how I'm going to finish this and this. But then I'm like, oh, I'm happy I have all these things to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I was sitting there not knowing what my next project was, there's always something I'm putting on hold so I can
Mhm.
finish this, and then I have to get to this, and then I have to get to this. But I don't think I'd want it any other way.
Yeah. No. It's that's a as I like to say. Imagine a rainbow market. Good problems.
Yes. Yeah.
These are good problems. Awesome.
That
All right.
there's your t-shirt design.
I know. Like I got to get this threadless site up and running. What am I doing with my life? All right, cool. All right, let's go. We're almost finished. You're doing such a great job. I'm loving the space that you're in. We kind of touched on that a little bit. Mark, tell us about your studio.
Studio is a messy room in my house. I am not going to show it to you because of how messy it is.
Fair
And
enough.
I know you think you know how messy it is. But I don't and it's like the last room I clean
Yeah.
because there's just so many things that stack up. And of course, I think not all artists are like that, but there's just a certain organization to the way everything is just out,
Hmm.
and so
Hmm.
it works for me.
Hmm.
And I work on a Cintiq tablet, the
Hmm.
large one. I don't know, what is it, 24? 20?
Yeah, like a 24. Yeah.
And it hooks up to my laptop, so I still have that one hard drive
Mm.
on the lab. I know they have Cintiqs that are also
Yeah.
computers,
Right.
but then you're worrying about two hard drives. So the laptop I like to bring around, and
Hmm.
so I prefer that kind of um, you know simplicity, I
Yeah.
guess. And I have art on the wall, try to keep myself
Mhm.
inspired.
Well,
And
how about this? Because, of you doing what you do for a nice amount of time, do you have, like, where's all your paper? Like, do you have, like, file storage or a couple of cabinets or things like
yeah,
that?
I have 2. I have 2, and they're not you know, the art file cabinets?
Yes.
That's what
Yeah,
you're
those big,
talking about?
yeah, flat
I
files, yeah.
Yes, I looked at the back. I don't need them anymore because now I'm digitally, but I've
Yeah,
worked for, a couple of decades with, having paper.
yeah.
So I looked at the price of the flat files. I'm like, wow, those are, and I end up getting at Sears, the Craftsman
Yeah,
tool
yeah,
drawers.
yeah,
And, they're, some are this big, but they were so much cheaper,
yeah.
and they have wheels on the bottom. And
And they're red too, right? So,
yeah, well, these are black,
oh, okay, very
which
cool.
I think there was a limited time where they did black ones. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
perfect. Black
right.
matches
Yeah,
everything. It's not like there were bright red toolboxes
yeah.
in the room. And so I'm going to pretty much donate everything to Columbus, the
Mhm,
museum at
mhm.
some point. But right now they're just kind of sitting there,
Yeah.
and occasionally I'll have to dig in. Someone will want to reprint, or
Mhm.
they'll want cartoon colored.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I haven't scanned that one in. That one's from 1992. And then I have to go find it. Right. Exactly.
Wow. So with that, like, do you have any type? And I'm asking you questions that I feel like I should be asking myself. Do you have any type of cataloging to your old flat files, or is
Oh,
it
you're
kind of
asking
like?
me excellent questions because what like Wayno, I think, has a good catalog system because he's posted about it and he just
Yeah.
stats them up. The problem with mine is when I would do, and again, a lot of this came down to saving money.
Right.
I would buy the 14 by 17 Bristol board, and I'll
Hmm.
break it up into 6 squares
Hmm.
and or panels, and each one would be a different cartoon.
Yeah.
And you would think that would work perfectly for a week, except my brain doesn't work that way. So I would pencil some in and think, I have to work on that. And so that would sit there basically blank for months.
Yeah.
And so I would have, and then I would go back and fill it in.
Right.
So I could have a sheet that has cartoons on it from different months,
Hmm.
different weeks, different years, even. Sometimes I'll go back. And so I can stack them up, but they're not going to be
Right.
in order. And
Yeah.
because I couldn't do it in a satisfying way, then I
Hmm.
didn't even try. So
Yeah.
I will have like, oh, these are all like 1992. Did I disappear? Oh,
No, no, we're good.
okay. I think it's my computer. So I will have generally in each drawer a general idea, but when someone looks for that one cartoon, I'm like, ah, here we go.
It's you kind of have a sonar to it. Like you kind of know where it is, even though you don't know exactly where
A little bit, but it's the same thing with the sketchbook, as I never wrote the date on
it
there.
is.
So when I go retroactively to file it,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, this looks like how I used to draw in 1994. I'm pretty sure. And it's if I want to do the research or not, or if I just want to jam it in the drawer.
Yeah. I love it. We're all like these very odd creatures of habit. I love these questions.
I
All right,
know.
all right, Mike, you're almost out of here. Here's my last one for you. Where can we find you on the internets?
You can find me on offthemark.com. You can find me on Instagram at Mark underscore Parisi underscore OTM, which stands for off the mark.
Mhm.
And I'm also on all the socials. You can find me, maybe not all of them, but you can find me on Facebook just by searching off the mark or my name and Blue Sky. And I, I I don't have a YouTube channel or anything like that. I'm not good with reels or videos.
Mhm.
That's like a whole other job. I don't
That,
know.
that's a whole other thing, brother. I feel like we could do a whole other episode on that. about the modern cartoonist. But I feel like you have a pretty big social media reach as it is. It's like just thinking about having to add another component to it is madness.
Yeah, there's always something, no matter how much you're doing, there's always something else you could be doing. Oh, I also have a Patreon,
Oh,
patreon.com
mhm.
slash Mark Parisi. So if you want it, sometimes I'll put cartoons that are not suitable for newspapers or maybe anybody on.
I love it.
Oh, no, they're
Well,
not that bad.
well, I'm gonna go join your Patreon because I'm a big Patreon guy too. So
Do you
I'll,
have a
I'll go.
Patreon?
Yes, I do.
What do
But
you, what do you, if you don't mind me asking, what do you put on there? How do you decide what to put on?
this is funny, Mark. And this is kind of like counterculture. I don't have a lot of art on my Patreon. It's a lot of videos because you
You were
might have
just talking about how, okay, go ahead.
you may notice that I like to run my mouth, right? So a lot of my videos are kind of like ask me anything videos, or there might be I do like an affirmation thing every week. Like at the beginning of every week is kind of like, this is what's going on in the studio. This is how I'm dealing with it. How do you deal with things like this? Let's have the conversation. I'm a big community guy. You know what
That's
I
a
mean?
good idea to kind of get. So are you doing live talks? So people are there asking questions and you're answering them on the spot?
No, yeah, I mix it up a little bit, but a lot of them are just kind of like really fast recorded things that I can just pop up, and people can look forward to them. And then I throw in some art, some live, we call them art streams, and that's the only place you can find me streaming art,
That's
drawing.
interesting. I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
consider putting
yeah.
clips on there. A lot of what I do sometimes is I'll take a existing cartoon
Hmm.
that is going to be published,
Hmm.
and I can't really publish early because it's syndicated to
Right,
newspapers. So
right.
a lot of times I will take out the punchline
Hmm.
and see if the patrons can guess what the joke is.
Oh, that's great.
So I'm always looking for things to post because sometimes it'll be extra work because like, oh, I have this kind of off color
Hmm.
blue cartoon that I will really want to draw, but I can't put it in
Right.
off the mark. So it gives me an outlet to,
Yeah.
so that's fun.
Oh, that's
But I really hadn't thought about doing, I thought about doing, just showing myself draw
yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit, but not what you're doing where you talk to the people directly.
Yeah, yeah, and
And
that's just kind of how I do things, and that's also a cool thing about Patreon is like there's no rules. It's like
yes,
however this
yes.
stuff works for you and your audience, and then you're good to go. So, but look, I learned some things about you today, Mark. I hope you had a good time talking with me. You were
I
a
did. I
pleasure.
didn't mean to turn around and start interviewing you, but you know.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I don't want the Zoom to turn on and be like, bro, I'm here for Mark. Why are you talking to Jamar? But I had
This was a lot of fun.
yeah, I had a fantastic time. The 30 minutes just melted away. And as I said in the green room, it was really great getting to spend a little bit of time with you in Boston. You're a fantastic person. Congratulations. Much deserved to your big win.
On what? On what? What are you congratulating?
Hold on, I got to give you the full screen for that. We're going to have to put a belt around you so you can wear it like a fanny
Wear it around my neck.
pack. That's
I don't
right.
know if you've I think they designed this as a weapon because it's got this nice handle and it's
Oh,
got this
yeah.
really pointy
Yeah.
tip and it weighs about 1,000 pounds that you could run right. Not that I should be saying this online, but
Yeah, you got some show business waiting for you if you come to Mark's house unannounced. I love it.
but I have not seen this clip. I mean, I have not seen, but there's a Murder She Wrote
Mm.
with Mel Lazarus where this is used as a murder weapon.
I did not know that. Now I'm going to have to find that.
I'd have to find that. Yes, yes.
That's fantastic. All right, Mark, thank you so much. I hope everyone had a great time listening to our interview, and see you in the funny pages. Thank you. See you next time.